It's been a little while, guys, but now I'm back to show you what's been happening on the Terra 1912 server, so allow me to show you what the amazing builders have been up to over the last few months as we look at builds across 3 different continents. Oh hello there, don't mind me, I'm just putting some finishing touches to the facade of, well, the very, very long awaited Burr Street station. While the station is not completely finished, I thought I've got to a point where I want to show you guys where I have actually taken this project. So you, if you are regular viewers to this channel, you would have noticed I've been building a train station for the last year. Yeah, it's crazy, and I don't know where the time's gone. It's centered around an area known as Wilverley Square, which is my version of Trafalgar Square. I can't remember if I showed off this last time we had the server update tour, but if I didn't, then allow me to show you my version of Nelson's column here, complete with diagonal lines. Now, I think we actually did show this off last time. Anyway, what is new around here is this, an entire building that finally resembles a train station-ish. So at the front of this building is the very large, foreboding Euston Arch. Now this was a real building. It was demolished in the 60s and used to sit out the front of Euston Station in London. I took it upon myself to build my own rendition of it. While it's not actually an arch, it's another Greek word that I can't pronounce. I think it just works very well as a big old opening into the train station. Just look at that view there. That is gorgeous, isn't it? Now, the allure of this station is, once upon a time, it was actually a palace located here in the centre of the city. Well, this wasn't the centre of the city, it will be, once I pull my finger out and get building. But originally, this was like on the outskirts, on the main road going through. So this palace was built here. In the 1820s, 1830s, when railway stations were wanting to be built, or this was chosen as a spot because it's, well, it's kind of on the periphery and, well, it had a lot of land behind it. A lot of land that was allowed to be used as a train area. So let's have a little wander through the front here. Now, this train station, while not finished completely, does have a destination we will eventually arrive at in a bit. But once you walk through here, you look up and see some nice little details on the roof there. You walk through into the main courtyard. So this once upon a time would have been the courtyard for the palace. You're greeted by this very nice hexa-style pediment with a statue on top of, well, of me, but it's not me. It's a man reclining with a nice staff next to him. You can see here the roof is a fairly complicated affair, and I have spent most of yesterday inventing that. Now, this station isn't actually based on anything in real life, so it's been a lot of liberties, so to speak, to actually try and produce something that works. Originally, these bits here didn't exist either. I just threw these bits in yesterday, and I think it really helps the massing of the station and allows it to take a lot more prominent sort of view through here. As you can see via these 2 pylons, I think it just captures it very well, especially with the 2 chimneys up there. So what I'm trying to say here is, if you ever want to just sit around and play about and design your own buildings, do it. It's very much, so much fun. So the station itself has an interior, and we can walk into it, but it's not very done. It's still a host of wool and different sort of blocks to hold down. But if we wander through here, what will become the main walkway, there will be an access out that way and out that way to the main concourse. But also, you walk through here, and what will eventually be the floor level, you come down on to the main concourse. Now, this section at the back here is, well, it's not the same as the front. As you can see, it's reminiscent of the front, but again, just a random invented sort of structure with 2 pylons either side. I would call them pylons. I can't think of another word for them at the moment, but these 2 sticky out bits here. Now, this will be seen via all platform levels, because this area will be under cover of glass, and that's starting over there. We'll look at that in a moment, but so you can see why this is taking me a little bit of time. I'm trying to integrate a palace, which didn't exist or hasn't ever been built, into a train station, which again doesn't exist. So the entirety of this is just kind of going off vibes and seeing how things work. So glass roof wise, I'm getting an idea of what I want, and my god, it's going to be beautiful when it's done. Oh, look at that. The way you can see one of the statues up here coming through from Nelson's column over there, but also just you'll be able to see the steeple as well if you're down here on ground level, and you've got buildings up around it. But look at those buildings in memento. But even when you're up here, you're not on the ground floor. This is like you're quite deep down at this point. So you can see why I'm taking my time with this, because I want to get it right, but I also just want to have a bit of fun designing it. So back out at the front here, let me just change the sun around again. And what we've got is a strange sort of facade, which is very Neo-Greek, almost reminiscent of Soane's sort of work, so John Sloane. And I've replicated the either side here, so we've got that one there, and if we come over here, we also have the exact same structure on this side, so it has a bit of symmetry through it. But if we wander around the side, actually you can see I've kind of started putting some cars around the place. I believe these are made by either Onion Ring Sasquatch or Loading. I've got a little bit of a fire going on somewhere in the city, so we've got several fire engines zooming through the middle of this roundabout here. I think this gives it a lot of life at the moment now. All that's left for me to do is put some people around the place. But if we just wander round the corner of the train station up, what will become, this is Linter Street here, and off that side there is Linford Street, or Linford Road, which will take you to Linford, and it will take us all to Linford momentarily. But you reach this little terrace of buildings, and this is the railway terrace, and it's just a selection of 4 buildings that I kind of wanted just to add into this very small plot in between the train station second entrance there and the sort of main side of the building. Now if you look at real life train stations, especially those in London, you'll see random buildings sort of just attached to the side. And I thought this worked out really well. So we have the Victory pub here on the side, a couple of little houses in between, and then the railway station hotel here, which is just a small little hotel for those that need to quickly get in somewhere at a cutthroat price, because opposite will be a nice big hotel through there. But anyway, enough about Whiteburg and the bits that will become. Let us travel down the tracks at high speed through, well, what will become the main connection between Linford and the Whiteburg City. So the railway line here follows the edge of what is the River Avon and the embankment, and a road that will pass through here. There is going to be a bridge across the entirety of the train yard here, which will link up to Imperial Heights over there, and that will link within the other parts of Whiteburg, including Woolhampton. This station doesn't go to Woolhampton, but the station next door, which will be there, does. It's a bit confusing, but I like it. It adds a bit of flavour to the place. So if we follow these tracks down, we're going to come to a tunnel. Now, because of how deep this is, I believe the shaders like to think we're in underground mode? What's going on here? Right, well I've sorted that out now, but it's still going to be very, very dark in here. So let me get out a little torch quickly, and we can fly through the first tunnel upon this network, and it is connected. Well, I figured out what's going on. Because I'm no longer using Optifine, it means there is no hand light, I don't think, which is a shame. But anyway, let's us travel very quickly down this tunnel here, which will bring us into Linford-Upon-Avon station. Goblin's masterpiece that he has been building. But yes, this tunnel needs to be painted, finished, but you can see just how long it is. And this travels under the Avon, back up over the Avon, and then under Linford-Upon-Avon. As we travel through it, we are greeted with many, many bits of darkness, until suddenly we reach an open, cavernous area. And this is Linford-Upon-Avon station. Let us move through into the station itself. Oh, welcome. And what a welcome you get. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh my lord. Goblin, you have mastered the art of building Neo-Edwardian, Neo-Baroque stylings of architecture. As we approach out of the station, you can already see the glory that is the Godolphin, Godolphin? I can never say the word, but it's spelled like dolphin, but with G-O at the front. Godolphin Heights. A made-up skyscraper. Goblin invented this, developed it, built it, drew it out on paper first. It's very thin at one side, but then the other side is a very thick, foreboding structure with lovely massing going through it, and of course a signature dome on top, because otherwise it wouldn't be a Goblin masterpiece without the dome on it. Speaking of which, there's another dome down there. Now this sits in the Whitehall area of Linford-Upon-Avon. We've explored all of this over there in previous episodes, and there is the Prince Albert's Will. This section is much more imposing, informing, and just beautiful. I like what you've done with the roof here. You've added a lot of details on there. But that there is the Ritz. And we will explore that in a minute. It's a lovely hotel which has a view directly over the front of this train station here. Now this train station is very deeply buried, and Goblin was a bit worried that we couldn't, get to it very well, but in here is the access back up via some beautiful escalators, wooden escalators as well. What's through here? Oh, little waiting room. Oh, and then through here, oh, le lavatory. Hello, sir. Are you having? Oh, you're mopping. It's a bit damp here. Oh dear. Well, enjoy your mopping. What have we got over this side? Another lavatoria? Yes, we do. And then through here, back out onto the main concourse. Stations are just beautiful places to add detail in. Now, these little light wells here are taken from Baker Street Station on the Bakerloo line, or is it the Metropolitan line? I think it's on both. And they add so much detail to the area. Although we do have a lot of light flooding in through here for this nice bit of ironwork at the top. Now on the other side of this wall, we have to actually venture up out onto here. This is like the side access. So most train stations back in the Victorian times usually had like a goods yard in them as well, especially if they're a main city station. What the bloody hell is that? I didn't realise that before. That is beautiful. What a sightline. Oh, Goblin, you really do possess such skills in making sightlines so beautiful. Apologies, I had to take a sip of coffee when I saw that, then my heart rate plummeted. Anyway, we're coming through here down what is a side sort of road that takes you into the goods yard or the goods station, freight station on the other side of that wall. This here is that station, and again it's vaulted, covered in arches. So much detail and desire through here. I think eventually it will connect into the main station, but I'm not entirely sure if it will. And there is a freight train already in here. Now this connects back off under via some tunnels into the main line that takes you back out through what will become the rest of Linford. But for now, we have two stations that are connected together: Whiteburg Central Station, also known as Burr Street Station, and here at Linford. So let us fly around for a second to the front of the station. Or should we actually? Let's venture through the station, up those beautiful wooden escalators, and find ourselves out the front. I've just realised these are two tools. Oh, we can jump up them. Oh, okay. I do like the little teeth on here from the trapdoors. So we're up here into Whiteburg. Ah, look at that lovely mural on the wall. Wow. Really nicely done. Which way? Let's go up this way. And we are now entering into the main foyer of the main station with a lovely dome up there. What will be the timetables, and we've got all of the little places around here. But if we exit through here, we will come out on to the main road that forms this part of Whitehall. Ah, we've got some beautiful buildings around here, haven't we? But not just that, we have this gorgeous neo-Baroque entrance portal here, taken from Waterloo Station in London. Let's just marvel in its glory for a second. Lots of good bits going on, lots of details. I really like how thick and deep it is as well, and how the doors are quite far back. Very nice. It's a big change from what we've got in Whiteburg Central, which is an old building that had been converted into a train station. This is a purpose-built train station. Little cab waiting area with some phone boxes over here. But I like the white colour through here. It's very, very well done. And you exit the station straight onto an old church as well. Once this is done, Goblin, this is just beautiful for some sightlines. But what I do like is how you've got this bridge, which takes the road, which travels across the River Avon over there, and allows you to have a raised viaduct through here, which gives, again, beautiful views. The bridge across the Avon isn't quite ready yet, but again, it's going to be beautiful, but that's such a good thing to do. Now, this skyscraper here, it's just gorgeous. So its main entrance is down on the lower level of the road, but you can access the higher levels via these stairs here. Careful, they're a little bit slippery. As we go up here, you can see there is a little entrance into the station from the hotel or from the apartments here. So that allows people to travel in via different exits and entrances. Now, Goblin wasn't convinced that having one tunnel through here was good enough, so he built a second one, a much lower one, and this has a sign here saying low hanging bridge. Oh, yes, low hanging bridge. And we go through here, and this takes us under the park in the centre of Linford. Again, we've got a bit of painting that is going on here, but this is a passenger and car tunnel and it takes you out. Oh, it takes you out here into. Oh, I probably need to put them back. What are these? Barrier blocks, right? That was here from, I imagine, the last open day. But this takes you onto the other side of the park, where we can see even more of the glory of Whitehall section of Linford-Upon-Avon. Guys, please give Goblin some love in the comments below, because this is gorgeous upon gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Sorry, I'm channeling just my Matt Berry at the moment. Been watching a lot of what we're doing in the shadows. This selection of townhouses through here is really nicely done. The curve on there is beautiful. The little gardens out the front is even more exquisite. The flowers in there just really add a lot of colour to pop against it all. I've just seen another sight line over there. What the bloody hell is that? Oh dear. It's been a long time since I've made those noises over Minecraft builds, and it's good to be back looking at them. The sight lines. So you can see down here, this lovely road has been made out of a nice selection of cobbles, and you feel like you're walking down a very, very expensive part of London. And that's what Goblin's going for here. But what he's also going for is Greenwich on steroids, as he's told me. These buildings through here are going to be exquisite. While they aren't finished yet, the stylings of it all just really work so well. It makes me ultimately very jealous that this is not featured in Whiteburg City, but it's just a short train journey away for you to be able to come down here and view the beautiful structures of Linford. We have a nice statue here, which then allows you to walk past down, which is a little bit of free-flowing water, through into the main square down here, where we have Marble Arch sitting lovely, almost dwarfed in the centre by these two gigantic structures. Now this is going to be the picture postcard section of Linford for sure. It's just outrageously good. Well guys, that has been the first 20 or so minutes of this video of me looking around just one continent of the 3 we have to visit today. Linford-Upon-Avon is now connected to Whiteburg City via 2 means. We've looked at it via the train line, but there's also a connection via road, and I shall do a video, a whole series called Walking Whiteburg, where we walked the entirety of Whiteburg via all the roads that exist. But until then, let us venture further afield now to see some more amazing builds. Right then, we are here in Japan, the Yamashina area of Japan, and we are along a canal. And already you can see there is a beautiful structure coming down here with just so many nice bits of flowers and letters, and it's beautiful. Letters? Oh, sorry, I was reading the chat there. This is a selection of buildings and areas done again by Akira, Byzantine and Turtle. They are really channeling their Japanese stylings. Hello. Oh, can we have some tea? So this here is display block entities. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of these because they aren't Minecraft, but they are Minecraft at the same time. Use them sparingly, but when using them sparingly, they look good. Now, I'm not going to explain how they work because I don't understand. Now, I don't think they have a real performance issue because looking at this right now, I'm not getting any different frame rating than I normally do. So this is incredible. Like President Rick's boat services. Okay. This is beautiful. Like, I feel so involved right now. You've got the cherry blossom coming down from the trees. You've got the smell of the canal. I don't know if you can smell the canal, but I don't know why I can smell the canal. I think I need to go clean the drains. This is lovely. Now, you've got that slight line up there to the main pagoda, which we've been to several times before and has featured on many videos. But we're going to walk down through here and just breathe in the cherry blossoms and the canal water. But I tell you, don't breathe in the canal water. It's a bit pungent today. This is lovely. So many sort of styles of old traditional Japanese buildings through here. But you get a real sense of just this being peaceful. At one, we've got some herons flying around up there. Lovely trees. So I know that I think Turtle's been doing a lot of the treeing around here. A lot of the detailing. And possibly some buildings. I'm not entirely sure. But this is nice. I didn't realise there's like a little curve as you come round. That helps add to the sense of it all. So let's walk around here. We have other places to look. So we've got the Shiratiro street, which I think is off the side here. It's a fictional street I've made in the Goingen district of Yamashina, and here you can find traditional houses from the Edo period. So is this it here? Let me have a look. I haven't seen this street before, I don't think. So we'll wander down here pretending this is the street until we are corrected in the comments. Normally I'm handed a map, but I have spent a while between getting this video together and when all of this was sent to me. So apologies about that. But these are really nice buildings. A bit more western, some of these coming through here. Oh, but you're getting these views again. Ooh, Maron. That's lovely. Oh, there's a whole street down here. Oh, this is it. Oh, we found it in the end, didn't we? This is why it's good to have street posts, signposts around the place, so you can actually signpost where you want to go. But I love how this whole place feels so scaled correctly. Walking around it, you don't feel dwarfed. While the case is that in Whiteburg and that, where we feel dwarfed by these big monumental buildings, that's on purpose. They are built to be big. Around here, these are built to be, you know, allowing you to walk around. What's this down here? Shiro clan. Oh, there's a lot of cats around here. Hello. What are we going to get ourselves into if we come around here? Shiro sunflower shop. Oh, okay. Oh, what's this? #1 boxer from Philly. Right, so this... okay. So he's pretending to be Rocky here. Ah, Valentine Shiro's Hotel. This is a lovely little square around here. Yes, hello cats. So the blossom off of this tree is a yellow, and it's been replicated on the floor by putting gold down, which is just a great little touch there. This is really nice, really cute round here, and we have Balloon Boy flying off over there as well. Ah, excellent. Right, let's exit this little courtyard back onto the main road. So back on the main road, let's carry on our little wander down here. Oh, we have this nice little shrine area in the middle with a tree around it. Let's go on inside. Anything going on? Hello? No. Oh, it's all okay. These clay pots are really well placed as well. So this came in a more recent update to Minecraft. I haven't really seen many of them, but I think they're very useful at building a sort of sense of more trees and decorations around. I'm amazed at how much detail you've got in the place. Oh, we got some little side alleyways and whatnot. This is beautiful. What's down this way? Oh, stunning. More little side alleyways. And I just feel like you could get lost around here. This would make a great setting for a cinematic video. Akira, Shiro, Byzantine, let's hook up. Let's do something. Let's do like a murder in Japan sort of little thing. Oh, that exits us back out onto the main street. Oh, very nice. But I think we could do something like that. We could have a little bit of fun around here. So what is the rest of this street looking like? And let's run down it at speed. So this is where we just were. So what else have we got to see down here then? More houses with nice little balconies going on. The street somewhat narrows as we get further down. More little alleyways off the sides. Oh, is there a little alleyway through here? There will be by the looks of it. So again, with many maps on this server, we like to try and use real life maps to help guide where buildings should be. Not in the sort of build the earth style, but more in it just helps planning. It's a good little thing to do. So we've got another little sort of shrine area through here. Guys, I hope you're taking inspiration from this because there is so much here. I've never seen this amount of realistic Japanese building from the traditional period on Minecraft at all. This server is a treasure trove, as you know, for a lot of styles. And I think the Japanese market is now really starting to grow on here. So I just implore you to breathe in the inspiration. Oh, breathe it in. I've fallen into a lake. Well, there's another area we need to go look at in this town, so let's hop, skip and jump over there. A very big step change from where the small little streets of Yamashina we were in. We are now still in the same city, but in the courtyard of the Ministry of Communications. This was a cabinet-level ministry in the Empire of Japan, finished in 1911. The building is in this typical Western style of the Meiji period, and is a great example of what the city centre of Yamashina will look like later this year. Ooh, so consider this a small taste of what's to come. Oh, this is lovely. Oh my god, what's that? It's going to block out the sun in a minute. Well, this is beautiful. This courtyard's lovely. This is almost reminiscent of like a neo-baroque style as well. Love the banding through there. It's almost Dutch in some respects. This is really good. Great work on this one. I was taken aback by the huge, what looks to be a slice of map coming in from the sky. This is a stark contrast to what we've already seen, but as you know, Japan was influenced by the Western cultures at the end of the 19th century and really took on the styles of the Western buildings quite quickly, but in their own way. And I like this. You can see it feels very European, but there are some elements of a more Japanese traditional styling, especially these archways here. But wow, this is definitely an impressive building. What does it look like from the outside? Let's zoom out here. More of the same. So yes. Oh, look at that. I think this is a map that we probably shouldn't be looking at, but it's a scale map of all of this. Really nicely done. Oh, this is the map from the map. Oh, I like that. So yes, so that's what's been happening here in Japan over the last month or so. We may have to do an afternoon of a builder with these guys just to have a proper little tour around at some point, but still. Okay, then let's move on to another continent yet again and see what else we've been up to over the last month. Well, here we are back on the continent of Europa, looking at a build by Shiro. This is Resovia Janaskora, the most important place in the whole of Resovia. The importance of this monastery is so important to the Resovian people that they made this place their capital. So let us walk around this beautiful monastery built in a Baroque style of the Eastern European countries, and we're greeted by a very nice archway here with a big old statue on top, and not my face for once. What is that? Oh, it's the face of a creeper, a stone creeper. Interesting. Already we can see the building manifesting behind us, and buildings do manifest well. Do you know what? I stood there for a little while with a sort of a lump in my throat when I realised, like, I've been doing this for years, absolutely years now. I think this is the 5th year of the channel, but the 4th year of doing the server update tours. I love it. I bloody love doing them. I know I've had wobbles in the past where I've gone, we don't like these, but walking around this server just fills me with so much joy that I will never not do them. There's a second bridge there. I love it. So anyway, let's carry on walking. Let's just walk and breathe in everything. I'm just transported back to the days where I just love this game. So nice. So what was this? This is like a secondary walkway in. So you've got the main walkway there, but then suddenly you're like, actually, I like to go this way. See this little building here. It's all built on a diagonal, but he's got a way about him to build a lot of details and things. So it's all raised up like that. So it's inside what looks to be some sort of fortification. Interesting. Right, sorry, let's carry on walking through. We kind of, yes, I like the screen area. A couple of guards around here. So this is the capital, right. So let's walk through and see this monastery. It really is just full of so much detail. I hope these do inspire you guys as well, because they are full of so much life and interest. Let's take a little left through here. This stand was designed by Duncan. Right, okay. What is it? I don't know what that is. So let's walk through and see. This is the main square through here. Is that Lois? Could be. So where is the main building? It's through there. I don't know if we can actually get to it. Lots of people milling about the place. There's children being led off by nuns. Okay. Again, this feels very much like the Japanese area. It's just very walkable, very pleasant to walk around. And you can see it all. We're at the main monastery bit now. So we walk through here. But you can see this is built by people for people. As I've said before, the likes of Whiteburg and Linford and such, there are walkable areas, but they're built to be monumental. Right, so we're back out here. So that must be the main entrance into the monastery. You've got clocks there. I really like this rusticated wall. Very good details there. Debugged walls to rusticate the wall into that nice checkerboard pattern that you see quite a lot around the sort of Polish influenced places. But let's walk through this arcade here with the sun coming through, the low evening sun. you're greeted again with a glory of diorite in this courtyard. Looking up at the spire there, illuminated in the evening sun with its copperness on show. I don't think copperness is a word. Let's have a little fly up and see what else there is. So we've got the main building itself. I don't know if we can actually get to that. I was just looking in here. There's a little courtyard around the side. More nuns doing nunnery things. There is an interior, so we must be able to get inside. We've made it inside. Wow. Outstanding work on that ceiling. The altar is gorgeous. Heads of Simon everywhere. Lord Simon is very much the stone-faced Chad. But this is gorgeous. Remarkable. Just crook your head up and look at that. I can see it wasn't completely finished, so that's why we probably weren't allowed in here, but you know how these tours go. I like to snoop around places I'm not allowed in. Nice organ there, I think. And the one there. No, they can't both two be organs. Let's try and find if we can escape via any other means then. Well, I've eventually found my way out. I'm now in a garden. I don't really know what garden or where, but I found myself out. Oh, right, we've come outside. The wall's really nice around here as well. Good use of dirt, rooted dirt, and also granite in there with the mud bricks and the bricks. Helps build a sense of this wall's been here a long old time. So let's wander around and see if there's anything else we need to see, because I could spend hours here. Hours. But we do have more to see on this tour today. Ooh, it's a little tunnel over there. Let's go see what that is. Alright, where does this take us under? What is this? Oh, it's another bridge out of the town through the back end. There's some cannons up here as well. So it is a little fortified town. My. Well, Shiro, I really am impressed with this place. It's a proper little contained area that feels very finished and done, and it's beautiful. Can't wait to see where you take your towns next and how this area is developing on the server. Well, guys, let's go see something else. So you're finding me here in the city of Oslo. Oslo is the capital city of the Protectorate of Kalmar and is a relatively new city on the server. Built by Akira and Limbo currently, it features 3 prominent buildings you can see from the main square. One is the Parliament building, which I'm not sure which one it is. Maybe it's this one? This feels very parliament-y like, with a flag on top. You then have the Opera House, which is over there, and the Grand Hotel. I imagine that one's there. And this is the main street in the main square in the middle of Oslo. And it's based on a real-life street by the same name. The street named after the Swedish monarch Karl Johan, which ruled Norway at the time. Oh, sorry, so the main street in Oslo is called Karl Johan, which I think is over here. So we've got a bit to see here. Let's have a little wander around. So, lovely park in the middle here. Limbo likes his central parks. He does them very well. I remember back to the years of Bresnis and the big central park with the church in front of it. Moving on up here to the Parliament building. It's a nice building with a big rotunda at the front. Very pleasant on the eye. Nice colours. Use of different sandstone and mud brick really do blend well together. That's a nice look there. We're looking over the top, which we shouldn't do. You never know with buildings whether they have any more in there or not. That's a nice little corner building up through here. Very pleasant size. Again, very walkable, a good scale. I like where we're going with the direction of the server at the moment. Things are really feeling like they are. I think we're progressing things very well in keeping things at the same scale and style, which is what we like to do best on here. Just have a quick look over here at the theatre. Let me change the time around. Oh, a lovely evening sun coming through and hitting off the mud brick jungle plank change. Oh, this is an interesting design for the ground. I like it. The redstone really adds a little bit of extra detail in there. At first I was like, oh no, someone's been murdered here. But no, it's like a little red detail around the edge. With 2 statues either side here, and then the main theatre itself, which is a really nice building. Square dome on that. Beautiful stuff. Right, should we wander up this little main street here? So we can definitely see the city's very much work in progress, and there will be a lot more to see here I suppose over the coming months. Let's quickly fly up to this end and see what there is. So we've got the big church there, and small little churches up here. So it's all really coming together quite nicely, and they seem to have an idea of what they want to do with all the areas planned out. And this is a good level of planning because it allows you to kind of go, right, well, I'm going to build off that way and this way and join it all together. Gives you a sense of how it all wants to go. But no, really good stuff so far in Oslo in the Whiteburgian Protectorate of Kalmar. So guys, let's carry on here on the European continent off to a couple more places. So here we are in Duncan's town of Hoogedam. We've not been here for several months, maybe even several years. It has been a little while since Duncan's been out here building. It's going to be quite nice for us to go around and have a look at a few of the new areas he started, including this area here. So we are kind of off to the left hand side of the Dam Square. Dam Square is looking very nice. Damn nice, if I must say myself. A start of a new section has been made. Several townhouses have sprung up, while two larger buildings, I believe it's that one there and that one there, have also been built around here. So this one here was, well, originally a chapel, I think it said here, and then later on it became the Wag, or the Way House, in 1566. It's a very nice looking building. You've got these medieval motifs going through here. I like the little coloured patch at the top here with use of the glazed terracotta, and also a statue on here on the side using armour stands. They can work quite nicely if you lack sort of the idea of wanting to have frame rates around here, because currently my frame rate is about 37 frames per second with shaders on. I think if we saw in the last video, I was getting upwards of over 100 around the areas. It's kind of like if there's a lot of entities around, you end up losing a bit of frames. Still, let's have a look at a few of these townhouses around here that Duncan's been working on. Oh, these are very nice. Good, solid townhouse. Duncan likes to use the depth way of adding detail to windows. This is good, another way of doing it. You know, you have a little shelf at the bottom, a window seal, and then at the top, and then you add another layer inside, and then one layer back. So you've got 3 deep walls to allow you to have certain colours and details in there. The same with this one next door. A very typical looking Dutch townhouse there. So let's have a little wander through the street, shall we, and see what's going on around here. Oh, there's a little walkway through there. So the other building, the other large building we saw just as a quick fly round, is the old stock exchange from Hoogedam, or from Amsterdam, and it was built just outside of the Dam Square, which is where we're walking around here. Oh, this is very nice. Very nice. Ooh. And it was, you buyers were only allowed to trade stocks between 11 and 12 AM, so as a way to keeping it all centralised. Interesting stuff. Apparently it's no longer there in the real Amsterdam. Oh, these are nice. Some lights inside here. Is there going to be an interior in this one? There might be. Duncan does like to do some interiors. This is an interesting looking building. So the use of granite walls and andesite walls help add through a sort of nice detail of that banding that you see quite a lot on Dutch and Flemish builds. This looks to be a house that has an old little warehouse section at the top. Actually, there's a few of these through here. So these Dutch and Flemish gables are great for allowing goods to be hoisted up into the roof, into the attic, to be stored and kept safe from, well, if it floods down below. I don't believe, I mean, there are basements in these places, but because of how low and how below sea level Amsterdam is, you kind of want to start hoisting stuff up into the attics to keep safe. Now that is a really cool little building. That probably, I would say, is it the smallest building in Hoogedam, Duncan? I know previously there was, actually. If we run over here, I kind of remember there being one before. Where was it? It was absolutely tiny, and it was really well done for, you know, the scale we build at. Oh, this is a nice little chapel. Sorry, we're just having a quick fly across here. Where was the smallest house in Hoogedam? Well, I think it might have been originally this, because I do remember it being not like red bricks. It was netherite or something. So perhaps this was the smallest house in Hoogedam, and now what Duncan has built over here is, I would say, on par with being the smallest house. It's a cool little thing you can do if you want to make a little novelty or a little local focal point. I would say the word is local landmark. That's it. You can build yourself the smallest house in your city, but this is so cool. Like, just nestled in between there. It's only 3 blocks wide. How would you even live in a property that small? I suppose we have to ask people that live in New York and such how you would live. And I imagine this is going to be quite expensive here in Hoogedam. So we've made our way around to the back of this old exchange. Let's have a quick fly up and around. Ooh, this is cool. Oh yes, this is really cool. So this is the bit in the middle where the people will be selling their stocks and shares. Let's see if we can turn the sun round. There we are. A lovely late afternoon in here. So these are what stock exchange kind of looked like back in the, well, when was this one built? So this one was built, it doesn't say, but I would say kind of late Renaissance, early Baroque period, probably 1500, 1600. I like the checkered board motif around the side here. And then you capture the sun as it comes through underneath this colonnade around here. And this would be like where the buyers and sellers would meet and sell their stocks and shares in here. And as Duncan was saying, you know, they only had an hour to do it, just to make sure the companies weren't overselling or underselling. This is cool. And we've got a nice tower over here. What I did notice, and I didn't say, is yeah, it's built on a canal, like over the top of a canal. Ooh, that's very nice. You've got the lions of Hoogedam, and then you are surmounted either side by another selection of, well, sandstone versions of myself. So what's under here? Oh, it's like a gate, I imagine there was a way of getting, you know, stuff in and out of here. Yeah, there looks to have been some sort of warehouse underneath here. Probably a way to store stocks and shares. I don't even know what they were trading back then. I don't think they're stocks and shares as we have it now, like on Trading 212 or something. But this is really cool, Duncan. I like to see how Hoogedam has actually grown a bit more out this way. Really good looking builds. Now, we have quite a few European builds to look at today, so let's jump on over to our next location. Okay, so we're here in Matty's town of Leuven, his beautiful sort of Belgium inside town, even with the Belgian flag flying there. So previously we've had a look round at the cathedral over there, the one with the collapsed facade, which is an interesting structure in itself. Now, part of what we're going to do here today is actually look at one that Matty's had a go at building over here, which is within the workshop. Look at it. So this is Matty's own idea of kind of how the cathedral could have looked had it not collapsed. Oh, there's a chunk missing there. And he's asked me to ask you guys for any suggestions on how you think it should look. I think this looks really nice. I've never seen a cathedral like this before, but it's very striking. Absolutely humongously flat face, but that is so cool because it takes a lot up and it goes straight up to the top. It's good. It's like, I don't even know how to describe it. The massing works, even though it is just this big sheer face. So if you guys have any comments on how you think Matty could have a go at doing this, then let me know in the comments below. I see actually this tower here is that tower over there, which is one of the buildings we're going to look at in a second. Sorry, I just wanted to have a little chat around that. So we're here today to have a look at Matty's planning and talk for a few of his ideas. So around here you can see the general shapes of houses in yellow and white wall. These are going to be townhouses, shops, etc. I like this way of doing things because you get a good idea of how you think the massing of the area should look. We've been looking around at Whiteburg City, having just white woolen houses there for the last year or so. I know, but this is a lovely little square, isn't it? Very pleasant, lots of nice trees and stuff going on. Let's just turn the sun round. Ooh, there we go. So the facades of these finished townhouses and shops go nicely along here. And then behind us we will be seeing a lot more of the same sort of thing going on. So Matty's also done it out here behind it as well. So the main central part of the city is starting to take shape. But also today we have a few things to look at over here. I keep alluding to this building in the background with this tower. So let's have a little discussion about that. Now that is the library of the university. So it's a red terracotta building with a tower, and it's in the east of the city. Yes, and look at the sight line down this road as well. That's going to be very sexy indeed. And this is part of the university, which also features this building here. So, oh no, it doesn't. The building in red wall is the medieval university hall. Yes, with facades on either side of the city block. So It's going to be a facade here. That's at an angle. Good angle. It's hard to do. I can already see a good bit of massing and shape in there. And there's also a facade over here on the other side, which is very nice as well. Again, heavy windows. Very reminiscent of that Flemish style. And that is part of the university campus. The western facade faces onto the old market square, which is this bit through here. And then this is the library was built in a neo-Renaissance Flemish style. Houses works going back to the founding of the university. Wow, so it's ancient. In the 15th century, no interior yet. So let's have a look at this, because I've seen this being posted in Share Your Builds, Matty, and I was astounded by it. Beautiful, lovely colonnade around the bottom there. Really well built. The proportions are good. I like this niche up here. Now, was there a statue originally on it, or is it meant to be left sort of empty? Have a look, see if you can whack a big old statue in there, maybe. Strong, heavy roof going up through to the top. Very large chimneys as well. And then we've got this big old central tower. It sits in the middle here. Protrudes all the way up into the skyline. Lots of ornate details up through here on the top of the spire. Really well done, I like it. And the terracotta adds a lovely colour that bounces off the sandstone very well. So this is interesting, can't wait to see how the rest of this university turns out, Matty. Ooh, she wander along the colonnades. So, oh right, yeah, you were saying there's no interior yet, but there could be. Oh, this is beautiful. And this is what shaders are meant for. Being able to walk down colonnades with the sun bleeding through, looking sexy. Anyway, yes, inspiration upon inspiration for any sort of lowlands builders. There's a lot going on here. Now remember, if you do make a version of someone else's build, be sure to credit them, especially if you share it in our Discord and claim it to be your own, because we all know what we've built. And while we understand that obviously imitation is the best form of flattery, it is worth just trying to have a go at building your own things, and you'll have a better sense of satisfaction. By all means, rebuild stuff and credit people's works that you have been rebuilding, but ultimately, over time, you'll realise that you want to build something yourself. So guys, let's move on to another location here in Europa. Bonjour. Well, you're finding me here in Loading's Paris, as we always call it. Well, a new Paris built by Loading, to go along with the new Paris built by Loading, which was called Elysée. Now, this is not Elysée, this is Paris Gare d'Orsay. So it is that the East Station? Yes, it might be actually. I can speak French, I can't. It's a new area built by Loading, and it sits along the Seine. So we have a beautiful train station, look at there, a couple of other buildings along here as well, and we started things off in this beautiful little barge. Let me talk through what Loading's been saying to me. So, a bit of an explanation before I talk about the builds themselves. I will have a new version of Paris, separate from Elysée at a smaller scale. So this is meant to be a bit more of a one-to-one scale. We tend to do things on our server between 1.5 to 1 and 1.25 to 1, but there's been a bit of a push recently by some builders to have a go at doing smaller scales. Now, smaller scales can work quite nicely, as long as you aren't removing too much of the detail just to fit the correct scale. I always think 1.25 is fine, and even 1.5 can work quite nicely as well. So never feel like you have to crush it down to being as small as possible. But I think Loading does details very well, so he has an idea of exactly how he wants to do all of this. So the reason behind this is I feel I got a bit divided with how I wanted to approach my recreations of Paris. So I've decided to make Elysée a town of its own and create a separate town that is more faithful to the recreation of Paris. So far I've made the Gare d'Orsay a grand train station. This is opposite the Leuven. I've built the interior of the station at 1.5 to 1, but due to the exterior being 1 to 1, I've had to make some compromises. It's worth mentioning that I will also likely be building the interior including the hotel and restaurant. The large sandstone opposite the station is the Society General. That's that one over there. Okay, well, let's have a little look around already. It's lovely. I like this this wall along the edge of the river. Really nice details in here. Even just for a wall, there's so much detail going on. I don't understand how you do it. I don't understand how you think about these things, but it's very pleasant. There's lots of levels between here and where the ships come in. So these would be like rising up and down along these sticks. I'm not called sticks. What are they called? Like, this is a pontoon that can rise up and down to allow for the changing in the river. I believe this must be a tidal river then. Is this a staircase up through here? Can we walk up it? We can. Coral being used as a stair. Fascinating. A nice little tug down here. Some sort of boat, maybe not a tug. What we can see, a lot of life going on, and I think Loading's intentions as well is to keep the sort of streets styles going as a larger scale, so 1.25, just to keep it sort of within the conditions of the server. Anyway, enough waffling about sizes and scales. Let's have a look at the train station. We're always here for a train station. First use of endstone in a build I've seen recently. It works, I think. It helps offset the white quite a bit. Looking through here, we've got a very nice front window, but not just that. I've noticed something here that I didn't really think was ever going to be possible. The use of water set to a different state using a debug stick, being used as a covering, like a glass roof. Oh. Now, apart from the fact it's dripping, which, you know, it may have rained recently, it's fine. This is incredible design. The ingenuity here, Loading. Very nice. This extends all the way around. So I'm getting an inspiration here from my train station, just from the fence around here. Fences are always a good thing to have around the train station, because, I don't know, it just feels much more Victorian, and this is a good road through here as well. Nice little retaining wall along the side. I always forget about this block. Smooth stone. It never used to exist, so I kind of always just go, what is this? And it just disappears from my vocabulary of blocks, but it's definitely worth doing. Oh, hello. A little kiosk with a really cool looking roof on it. What is this? Oh, it's the new glass in our texture pack. Oh my. And a custom poster, which is a map. Wow. And a lovely picture of Wob. And the 2x4. Right, should we head on inside before we... Oh, no, we haven't looked around the other side of the station yet. And then this is the main face. Beautiful structure. Oh, very nice rose window almost there. Large, big windows along the side. This is the Neo... Art Nouveau kind of styles. Neo-Baroque, I was going to say, but yes, definitely Art Nouveau. Steps back nicely. Loading, this is really well built. We were going to go in through the front over there, but we could go in this way and see what's what. A nice little atrium, a vestibule through here. And as we walk into the main hall, huge columns, big windows, lots of light, and lots of detail in here as well. Generally very well done. Ooh, good arches for across here. So this covers the entirety of the platforms. Now the platforms, the waiting rooms sit above the platforms. The platforms are further down into the ground, staircase through here. So this is like a subterranean one. And, yes, this is very nice. And Loading's use of, well, this is this version of train tracks. Each country seems to have a different form of building train tracks on the server, which is how it is, and it's also how it is in real life. What's all this here? It's just... Oh, it's glass. I wonder what was going on. And a chicken. So having a look here from the train shed, yes, very nice. So many details in here, but it feels open and spacious still, not cluttered and cramped, which having too much in a place could do. Very nice indeed. Well, Loading, this is an interesting project, and I hope you see it through and see your vision come to life with what you want. This is a very good sort of entrance hall here, because it's quite a big step to say, you know, I'm going to try and change the scale now and have a go at doing something else. But yes, good luck with all of that. So around here we have the Society General building, a very nice mansard roof on that one, good pediment for the centre, lovely bits of detail, and I think it works very well at a 1:1 scale. It doesn't feel too small at all. Oh my, what is all of this? Oh, like sandbags or something? Blocks of something? I thought they were heads of like sheep. I also thought that was a helicopter over there. I'm all over the place today. I've not had enough coffee. So let's have a look at this one. Yes. Good use of all of the different blocks through here. What are these? Oh, these are the bamboo. I always forget about bamboo. Bamboo and cherry blossom, because cherry wood's been used over here as details and colours as well. Good stuff. Well, Loading, I think we'll come back here soon and see what you've ended up doing. But so far so good. Really well done. Oh, this wall is very nice. This wall is very nice. That's a good texture through there. I might steal that. Well, until next time then, let's leave loading and Paris and leave you all be. So guys, remember, get inspired, get building. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.